What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ID TikTok bottom of the video, and we just gonna hop right into it. So today, Monday, be doing another North Carolina story. One that's went pretty viral recently, and it's been everywhere recently. Straight out of Raleigh. Like I tell you, I'm from Raleigh, so I'm very familiar with this place, and actually some of the people involved, which is funny. So today we'll be talking about the Dankery. So the Dankery has, well, it's been going viral for a while, but this past week it took off to a new level. A number of things, they just talking about the health code violations. A former employee talked about the health code violations. People are bringing up some SA allegations the owner have. So it's a lot of things to get into, and we just gonna hop right into it. So where everything started at, and which is really funny where everything started at, because it actually started with a high school classmate of mine who was a former employee at the Dankery, and she exposed, basically, after she was terminated, the terrible working conditions. A lot of people have came through with accounts of maggots, the smell, the thing. Some videos you can see behind the counter, you can just tell this was not a very clean environment, and definitely not a place you would want to be eating at. She as well posted the health code thing, which it was a 91, which is an A, but me personally, as somebody, I have technically worked in the kitchen. I haven't worked in a food kitchen like this before, but I've worked in the kitchen before, and 91 is definitely not something you're aspiring to be. But so I can't at this time. I'm not gonna. She actually deleted the post, the one that went viral, so I can't put the pictures in it. But the videos I'll be talking about later from TikTok, they'll have some of the pictures in it. Those are her pictures, but she's repurposing them for her content. The golden girl I'm about to use later, she's repurposing for her content. So some of those pictures are from my high school classmate. So her first part one is basically just explaining what I just said to you, basically just explaining all the things. You'll see some pictures in here, so yeah.
Dankery in Raleigh is trending right now, but for all the wrong reasons, and I'm about to tell you why. According to this ex-employee who worked there for 4 years, they were told by management to serve rotten meat like this. I'm sorry, I would have just had to quit my job. Like, I'm straight, I don't need the money. And we're reporting you. Like, there's no way that look at the potatoes, look at the potatoes. These are the rotten potatoes they were apparently told to use. It gets worse. It literally gets, it's ongoing. It's going to be a part 2, 3, 4 series. Like, I'm not even joking. In the next video, I'm going to show you how disgusting, like, filthy, nasty the kitchen was. And we have screenshots, we have a group chat, we have a Carfax, okay? There's a full-blown credit report out on this man right now, and I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to attack him, like, please don't shoot me. But yeah.
Part 2 is explaining the maggots, showing some mop bucket water, some things. So just some more things that's showing you how nasty this was.
Welcome back to part 2 of surviving the Dankery in Raleigh. Okay, y'all, these are maggots right here. These are all maggots. This video is just the floor. This is the molded mop sink. I'm about to show you the mop buckets. So in addition to this being the molded, disgusting mop area, they were using this mop in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and in the dining room. So mold was just being spread in all areas. And y'all remember those maggots, right? That wasn't just on the floor, by the way. Hold up, watch this.
What's funny, in this video, I ain't even gonna put my man, actually he damn near the only nigga on here. My man's in the comments, Black Hearts, crazy. Hey, you dirty dog. I ain't gonna say your name, boy, but you was a dirty dog. Hey. But basically she also, some more things of confirming that, this was the maggots, more people referencing the SA allegations before we get into another video talking about it. So
of surviving the Dankery. In this segment, we have some messages from some former employees, and y'all, it just gets worse and worse. By the way, I just wanted to pause and bring attention to comments like this. It seems like people are all over the place because there are so many stories that were told independently and ignored. Those that asked you which Raleigh location, apparently both locations had maggots, but it doesn't stop there. This person worked on the food truck way back when, y'all. The food truck was literally way back when. He said that he saw maggots, told the owner, and then was immediately fired. This person has since communicated with me via DM, and we have a call planned, y'all. So I have more details, but yeah, I'm not gonna share too much on that right now. This person said that working there was horrible. Everything that the employee said, that all the employees helped with, basically like exposing. It's like, it was like 20 like photos and videos basically with like pretty much proof, and those were all submitted by employees. Some of them could be current, I have no idea. And it's crazy because we're seeing these photos of like rotten food and hearing like testimony, reading and hearing testimony from people who have worked there for an extended period of time. I know that y'all want to know why they stayed, why they didn't quit the job, all that. I'm gonna give you guys all that good detail. Come back for part 4 of surviving.
So then this part 4, she's basically showing that, you know, employee basically reached out and talked about the treatment of the management. A lot of people have been saying, you know, the manager is basically an asshole, and this is help confirming that.
Welcome back to part 4 of surviving the Dankery. Today we have screenshots from the Dankery group chat. These are messages from the owner, Ian Burris. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he sent these messages to the group chat. We're going to start with the employee that he threatened to fight. He said that he's not going to pay this man money for time that he worked, which we know is illegal in North Carolina. It's probably illegal in the entire United States, but definitely in North Carolina where we stay, you have to pay. It does not matter what's going on with you. But he states, there's no way my pride will let me pay you. You take me to court, I don't give a shit. I promise you'll be the first worker in the history of the Dank I'm not gonna pay. But hear me out. Your fat ASS see me for 1 minute, you beat me and I'll pay you. You lose and you F off for life. So if this fat SSA doesn't fight him and win, then he's not going to pay him for time that he worked. Insane. So we moving forward. He's telling this man that no lawyer is going to take his case. False, number 1. Secondly, that by the time the Department of Labor actually reviews the case, he will dispute it, and then months will go by and it'll be 2026 before it's ever settled. Now we have this is a whole nother occasion. He's going off on the staff because they didn't keep up with the Dank and now it needs deep cleaning. Now, let's say this. There was a week where they had no cleaning supplies, no dish soap, no disinfectant, nothing to wipe down the walls, the equipment, like none of the things they needed. All they had was degreaser. So what do? They used degreaser to wash the dishes, to wipe down walls. Like whatever they had to do, they did it with degreaser, y'all. Which we know is dangerous. I don't know if everybody knows, but I did work in food service when I was in college. Degreaser, you can't just be putting that in hot water and just be washing dishes and stuff and, oh, we're just going to be healthy. Like, no, that is extremely dangerous. But anyway, that's their fault that the stuff wasn't there, apparently. He tells them that they need a deep clean now because people haven't wiped things down since they reopened. Which I don't know if everybody knows about this, but they had closed down for, it was like some coating, it was like fire codes or whatever, for like with the city of Raleigh. So that was just some general stuff. They had to like kind of make some repairs. But y'all, when they reopened, I guess they weren't cleaning stuff. So now he's saying that instead of being able to wipe something down with a paper towel, they have to use a Brillo pad / deep scrub job. But I don't know what job and what restaurant you're using paper towels to wipe anything down with because I've never. I'm gonna leave that there. Boom. Moving forward, you guys, it gets worse than this. It's already 3 minutes. Come back.
So the owner actually contacted this woman personally, and I just put she ain't put the screenshots, but I would just put in here her video, and she's basically reading what they say back and forth.
Called yesterday, the owner of the Dankery. So I did not answer his call, but I did reply to him and let him know that I can call him that evening after 8 o'clock because I had a ton of questions for him. And he told me I can't chat. According to him, he and I were intimate, which is crazy because I have no recollection of that. It's disappointing that someone who's been intimate with me is making this stance against me. What did I do to you? So I said, no worries. I thought you wanted to answer my questions. If you change your mind, you let me know. But yeah, he's disappointed in me because I didn't come to him before I blasted his business and shared the news that's being shared with me. But I do want to let you know that part 5 is still on the way. I have been on the phone with previous employees They have a lot to share, and it's not because they got fired. There were reports made to the health department. They were squashed. So beautiful, isn't it, right? Ian proceeded to send me pictures of some like detergent they have, I guess at their current locations, to show me that they have soap. So y'all, quick update, they have detergent for the dishes right now at present time. He didn't say anything about the rotten meat allegations or the SA. By the way, somebody messaged me today and asked if I would go back to the bank to do a video.
So then there was another thing of a former employee, Bryce, who said he didn't get his last check. Basically, you know, explain some more things about the treatment and things of that sort. So yeah, you'll get a couple more screenshots in here of that. Then we got a live phone call.
In the chicken. Once I smelt it, I got to looking around and I seen maggots in the chicken cooler. And from that moment, we just got into a very huge argument because I was like, bro, you need to shut this business down for the day. And you need to get this shit in line. And he was like...
And then, you know, we have another video of somebody talking about he has SA allegations. And also, you know, they say he was messing with little girls.
Oh, yeah. And in regards to that who owned the Dankery in Raleigh, fuck the goddamn food. We told y'all in 2017 and 2018 that was fondling with little girls, and some of y'all still ate the food. Yeah. Heavy. I remember because at the time, he was just mobile. He was pulling up or would do pop-up shops at certain places, whatever the case may be. I remember having conversations with some of y'all, and y'all still ate the food. Y'all still ate the food. Trying to get certain females to pull up by themselves at a certain hour. This ain't new. He been a He been a whole ass. This ain't fucking new.
So, that's really the brunt of all the information that has been given, you know, basically with the whole thing. Now, you know, it's time for me to get into my little rant. So, like I said, I'm from Raleigh myself. Now, I will be honest, I've never personally ate at the Dankery because I've seen the food and it just doesn't look appeasing to me. Now, it sounds appeasing when you say it, but like, they got this little sauce, white sauce, and they be loading that motherfucker on there. I'm like, ooh, wee, good lord. Like, I'm cool with the sauce and condiments, but like, Jesus. Gee, it just don't look appeasing after they do all that. But a lot of people, you know, for a while, since it was a food truck, and now that he has an establishment now, one's on Rock Quarry, I forget what the other one's on top of my head, but he has an establishment. You know, obviously, you know, the food truck was successful at some point. I mean, for you to go from a food truck to actually to establishment, obviously, you know, somebody was liking the food. Let's just be honest at the end of the day. I've seen a lot of people who were enjoyers of the food before all this came out. But it's kind of been, besides the SA allegations, which have also been around for a while, it's always been rumors about, you know, the Dankery not being the best place. One, people are already mad about the price. The other one's in Durham, I want to say, now that I'm thinking about it. But you know, it's always been complaints of that. So I'm just saying that, you know, it's always been learned around. People, I'm not saying people were ignoring it, but this has always been a thing. And this one is just really making it come to light. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all got to be careful at these establishments. I mean, I guess if you know, you should watch the health code. 91 health code, like I said, it's not like goddamn, but it's like, I mean, it is like goddamn, but like, but it's not the absolute worst thing in the world. But if I seen the 91 score, like, I probably would be a little weary. But that does make me wonder, who was the inspector to give them a 91? Because if they had, because a lot of times you do know when the inspector comes. Like I said, I worked in the kitchen before, so maybe, you know, they just got, you know, cleaned up real well the day the inspector came, and, you know, cleaned up as much as they could, obviously, to get to a 91. What was the inspector looking at? That's what I'm wondering, because there's no way they went, in the condition that these employers are showing, that it's no way the inspector went in there and gave them a 91. On some real stuff, if the inspector went in there and seen that, he probably would have closed the business down if he was doing his job. But that does make me a little skeptical of the inspector. But you know, they could have just did a real good, you know, quick, clean job, and then went back to their BS right after. So for him, but for the owner of Dankery, bro, I don't really know what much more to say, bro. You down bad right now, bro. People was rocking with your food. I can't say I was, but people was rocking with your food, so you had it established. But you touching little girls, essay allegations, being bad to your employees, having a nasty work environment with maggots, got people eating bad chicken, potato, all kind of wild stuff. So yeah, bro, it's a crazy scenario. I don't know what's going to happen from this. Like, I don't know if you just let him continue to run his business when you see this, or you know, will there actually be some precautions from this? Because obviously, you know, this is all just on social media, so this is not a, you know, a real serious legal thing at the moment. But it probably got to be something that's coming from these work conditions, especially when you already had a 91. So shit, we're gonna see where it goes from here, and that's really all I gotta say though. So like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok on the video, and we out.